welcome back to my channel. Thanks so much for choosing Chillin' with H here with you, Heidi. And I know we're still under lockdown, and even here in Trinidad and Tobago, we're still in lockdown, and a lot of countries all over the world. So I know it must be hard. Today being the 3rd of May, and the lockdown has been extended here until the 10th of May, which will be in the next 7 days or so, but our borders are supposed to remain closed until the 15th of May. All schools are closed until September 2020, and so far to date, 8 persons have died from this virus in this country, and as many as 116 have been tested positive. So far, the numbers that I have, 58 have been discharged. And everyone has been told to stay at home to prevent the spread of the virus. Only essential businesses such as supermarkets, vegetable stalls, pharmacies, hardware, and electrical stores are allowed to open. Now, there is no food shortage, but citizens are hoarding. I know that's been going on all over the world, and some of them are creating, panic amongst, the ones that may not be that well informed. So many people have also lost jobs, and companies have cut or suspended salaries to workers in the interim. The government of Trinidad and Tobago has provided a salary relief grant of 1,500 TT dollars, which equates to a little over 200 US per month, to those who apply and meet the requirements, as well as up to 2,500 TT dollars in rental subsidy for persons who have lost their jobs or whose salary has been suspended. They can apply and benefit from this. And I know all over the world, hundreds of thousands of persons have succumbed to COVID-19, from elderly to infant. And in the midst of this great tragedy, though, thousands recovered. So far, families whose loved ones passed on were not able to bid farewell due to the restrictions imposed. Many did not receive closure, which is rough, It is a traumatic event for all those who have lost or been infected. This virus has left many people mentally and emotionally scarred, if not from loss or infection, to just simply not being able to leave their homes. Some have been so frustrated they chose to break the rules and go out and gather where they think they would not be caught, but foolishly recording it on video and posting it on social media. Obviously, the police picked up on that. So how does one deal with being at home for almost a month and not be able to socialize as they were accustomed to? For those individuals who are very sociable, that has been one of the hardest things for them to do, I'm sure. And those who do not socialize too much, it's not much of a pressure being at home, but probably the pressure is from being jobless. For some, it might have been the much needed break from the rat race, yet for many, working from home became an alternative. So, they still got their salaries coming in. Pollution has been reduced significantly, and nature is healing. Isn't that fantastic? While Corona took many lives, it also was cause for many lives on Earth to rejuvenate. The murkiest of waters in some major cities became clear. Years of smog created by humans, destroying humans, finally dissipated from the atmosphere where it once hovered. Is Mother Earth cleansing herself? Is this her way of putting a spoke in mankind's wheel to take care of herself and to catch her breath, as it were? While humans have to wear masks to protect themselves, Mother Earth is finally able to breathe. Whether this virus was man-made or came from animals, will we ever know the truth? Many will speculate, and many things will go on behind the scenes due to politicking. But if there is a silver lining behind this novel coronavirus, it is this. Here it comes. Families are spending much more time with each other. For those who are lucky enough not to endure a situation of abuse behind closed doors, for many parents and children, their creativity is coming out daily. Yeah, that's an amazing thing, I believe. Husbands and wives have much more time with each other. Some are exercising more, some are cooking more, some are learning from online courses, some have touched the soil for the first time and planting the very food that they take for granted. And on that note, I'm reminded of something my Aji used to say. That's my paternal grandmother, my dad's mother. She used to say that there will come a time when the food that you waste, will be the same thing you are craving for. So do not waste food. And she lived to be 102 years. Actually, this year makes it 10 years since she passed. And she was so right. And I remember this as growing up as a little girl. And imagine I'm actually living to see this day when people are actually craving for the same food that they've been wasting. Some of you might not agree with me, but the old people, they know what they were talking about. She always said, take what you can eat. You can always go back for more. Those who live alone are learning to love themselves a little more. I hope so. Those suffering from depression must fight on a little bit more because they're already alone and, battling it up here, it's not easy. For me, honestly, I enjoy the time away from the rat race, keeping myself busy with household chores. I cook, I clean, I wash. I've done some painting around the house. I've actually did some redecorating. I do laundry when I have to. And I play a game here and there with my nephew. I find a bit to do every day. You can't tell me there isn't something to do every day. You're at home. Housework is never done. Some days I do nothing but take in the beautiful sunshine. We are in the dry season, and yes, I do take in the beautiful sunshine. It's very windy, and I'm enjoying the $1 million breeze. I mean, I don't even have to go by the beach because it's so windy over here. The sounds of birds raiding my pomerac tree, or just, I'm just being grateful for health and life. And yes, now is pomerac season and mango season here in Trinidad. So, I'm enjoying it to the fullest. I do have a pomerac tree. I do have mango trees. So I'm happy like the birds. It is time that we can appreciate all the little things that we take for granted. People are asking, what is there to do when you have children and a spouse? What can you do for yourself? You're telling me there is no way you can take care of yourself? Come on. This is your time. This is your time. How do you keep sane? By keeping calm and savoring every minute of life amidst the chatter of those little voices that might be in the house or even up here. Maybe this is a time to teach us patience, love, kindness, compassion, and a time to reflect and start some change within. It is 33 days since I've been home. And out of this 33 days, I've been out of the house just 3 times to get groceries. That was at the beginning of April, and to organize my documents for the salary relief grant, since I'm also on the breadline. And then again, just a couple days ago, I went to the grocery because I ran out of stuff. So I have made it my duty not to venture out, unlike some folks who feel that they can't stay indoors. I eat little, meaning I don't make food the center of attention, but I do try to eat healthy. I do not hoard. I live simple. I keep as calm as possible. In the midst of all this anxiety with corona or about corona, it's easy for tempers to flare. It's easy to get agitated with things that people are saying or doing. But if you're at home, if you stay at home, if you stay within your confinement, your boundaries, and you just shut out a bit of the outside world, so to speak, you're going to be calm. You would not realize it, but you are going to be so calm and so peaceful, so try your best to keep calm and don't let people ruffle your feathers. I smile often. Can you tell? Getting agitated is not going to make things get better, friends. It's not. So just try your best to be calm. I pray often. Prayer is so important. Nothing intense, sometimes just talk to God like he or she is your mother or father, or even your best friend or confidant. Sometimes it's good just to be quiet and listen, even in the midst of the chaos in your own home. You will hear things you wouldn't expect. The nights, how do you get through the nights? Well, the nights are quiet except for the occasional moment when the dogs bark. I can't sleep sometimes. I can't. So what I do, I write, or I might go on social media to see what I missed out, or in the wee hours of the morning when it's spiritually charged, I talk to my creator, or instead I try to listen, because sometimes we talk too much. Sometimes my mother says I talk too much. So the silence these days, yeah, it's a bit eerie. For some, it's the first time they can sleep peacefully without worrying about the criminal elements at large, because as you know, Trinidad has been branded in a negative light because of the crime, and because of this whole coronavirus thing. I think even the criminals are fearful, some of them anyhow. And coronavirus, I think, is going to leave just as it came. But let's for a moment forget about the virus and think of how we have been living carelessly. Have you thought about that? And many of you might say, no, I haven't. I'm not careless. I'm not selfish. I'm not arrogant. Hey, don't toot your own horn. The ones who many look down on are the ones risking their lives to be at work to serve you. I hope you realize this, right? The grocery workers, the vegetable stall people that you take for granted, tanty selling by the road. I hope that you're thinking carefully now and not carelessly and selfishly and arrogantly. And after this virus, will you change your perception and attitude? Do you even care? Are you going to continue down the road that you are on, or will there be improvements? And I've seen some comments and heard some videos, and some of the things people are saying there, and clearly I'm not I can't say that I'm going to see much change from people, from individuals, in terms of their attitude, but because they're not thinking along those lines of, hey, I have a moment to change. Maybe coronavirus is teaching me to have more patience, to not be so self-absorbed with my own situation, or wanting money, or wanting food, or this greedy nature. It's teaching me to eat a little, live a little, enjoy life, stop and smell the roses, as it were, or stop and smell the coffee, as it were. And I'm going to ask you this: would you love and respect and protect this planet we call Mother Earth, or would you continue to abuse her? We call her mother, yet we still abuse her in so many ways. If you had just one more day or one more chance to live, would you live it like there is no tomorrow? Are you living it like if there is no tomorrow? Meaningfully, lovingly, respectfully? Or are we just going to go back? Oh, we can't wait to wine and jam and party. And some folks are still jamming still, as we say here in Trinidad. But to keep your sanity and to keep all calmness during coronavirus, the best thing is to shut out the outside world, shut out some of the news, because every night on the news there's so much information about coronavirus and, you know, what to do and what not to do, and the number of people affected, and so and so and so. But sometimes, you know what, you just have to turn off the TV, or maybe switch to a comedy or something that will make you laugh. Try laughing. It's really good for you. Keeps you looking young. Can't you tell? You know, but it's going to help you keep sane. If it's one thing, if you're worried about that during this whole pandemic, and, you know, being calm and helping yourself to some extent mentally, because mental health is important. You need to shut off social media for a little bit. You need to shut off the news for a little bit. I'm not saying do it every day or whatever, but take a break. You know, take a break from the computer and social media and just do things. You know, for us here in the Caribbean, Trinidad and Tobago, it's amazing the weather we're having. Make a kite, go out and fly a kite. When last have you flown a kite? I mean, there's the annual kite flying competition. This year it could not have taken place on Easter Sunday because of the lockdown. But if you have a front yard or a backyard or whatever the case is, make a little kite and fly it, you know, and or just make it a project, the family project with your kids. Sit down and make a kite. Do something, you know. I can't imagine people saying that they're home and they're so bored. There's so much to do. Just find something that will make life worthwhile. Remember, we don't know, God forbid there is another pandemic, you know, but when are we going to get so much time with our families? Most of us who take a vacation is just 2 weeks, and so many things you do within that 2 weeks, and by the time you come back, you have to go out to work, and that's it, you know. But now you're actually getting to spend quality time to teach your children so much, you know. It's not just academics, but how to live, how to be, how to act, how to talk, how to respect one another, how to respect elders in society, you know. This is where parenting skills come in. And some people are still saying that they're busy because they're working online from home, so they don't have that much time, and they're much busier working at home than when they were in the office. Well, don't let your boss hear that. That means you ain't doing much in the office. But at least, you know, try your best to do little things each day and appreciate it. Try not to get angry, but see the other side of it, where you can appreciate the time is being spent, you know, the quality time that is being spent. So again, I ask you, if you had just one more day, one more chance to live, would you live it like there is no tomorrow? Meaningfully, lovingly, respectfully. Life is so short. Pray, exercise, eat a little, love, and be happy. Hamisha khush rahe. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for chilling with H.